Now we're going to take a look at the solo. This solo is in the key of D minor. It's a rather long solo. We're going to start off with the note D, 15th fret of the B string, and we're going to play that for 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Just striking once per measure. Following this, here's the next phrase. Starting off 10th fret of the G string along with the 10th fret of the B string, 12 on the D, back to 10G, 10B. We just played this. Now shift positions. We'll do a whole step bend from the 20th fret of the B string and then release the bend. Followed by 18 on the B. Once again, 20 on the B, bend up a full step. Release the bend, pull off to the 18th fret of the B string, followed by 19 on the G, 18 on the B. So here's what we've done so far. 1, 2, 3, and. Here's the next phrase. So here we'll play 5 on the A string 3 times, 2 on the D string 3 times, 3 on the D string 3 times, 5th fret of the D string, bend up a whole step, release the bend, pull off to the 3rd fret. Strike 3 on the D once again, pull off 5 to 3 on the A, back to 5 on the A, bend up a whole step from the 3rd fret of the A string, followed by 5 on the A string. Here's the next phrase. We're going to shift into 10th position. Goes like this. We'll start by ascending the D blues scale, 10 to 13 on the low E string, 10, 11, 12 on the A string, double stops now, 10th fret of the G along with 10th fret of the B, and the next 3 notes will be played 2 times. So 12th fret on the D string 2 times, followed by 10 on the G, 10 on the B. So we play those 3 notes once again. Here's what we've just done. Now we'll slide into the 12th fret of the D string, followed by 10G along with 10B. Repeat that. And repeat it again. Okay, so here's the phrase we've just gone over. Here's the next phrase. Lots of 16th note triplets, D minor pentatonic. We'll start off on the 10th fret of the D string. And now the triplets begin. We'll pull off and hammer on 12, 10, 12 on the D. Next 3 notes, 10G, 12D, 10G. Next 3 notes, 12, 10, 12 on the G. Next 3 notes, 10B, 12G, 10B. B string, 13, 10, 13. High E string 10, followed by 13B, 10 on the high E. Next 3 notes, 13 on the B string, 10 to 13 on the high E. Next 3 notes, 13 pull off to 10 on the high E, followed by 13 on the B. So we have one note to get us into these 16th note triplets, and then the ba 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 begins, okay? So here's what we've done so far. Okay, let's continue from this point. The next three notes, 10 on the high E, 13, 10 on the B, 13 pull off to 10 on the B, followed by 12 on the G, 10 on the B, 12, 10 on the G, 12, 10 on the G, followed by 12 on the D. Repeat those three notes, followed by 10 on the G, 12 to 10 on the D string, 12 to 10 on the D, followed by 12 on the A, 10 on the D, followed by 12, 10 on the A. Now 12, 10, slide back to 8 on the A string. 10th fret of the A string, bend up a whole step, release the bend, followed by 8 on the A string. And the final piece of this phrase goes like this. Which is 10 on the B string, 10 on the high E, bend up a whole step from 13 on the high E, followed by 13 without the bend. Okay, that's a lot of notes. As long as you stay with D minor pentatonic and you play a lot of 16th note triplets, 6 notes for every one beat, you should be okay. But here's the whole phrase, nice and slow. Next part of the solo, very Gary Moore influenced, more 16th note triplets. There's going to be 4 of these ascending arpeggiated patterns. Here's the first. So it's 6 notes played 4 times, 10 to 13 on the B string, 10, 13, 10 on the high E, followed by 13 B. Play that 4 times. Next 6-note phrase, which we'll also play 4 times, 10 to 11 on the B string, followed by 10, 13, 10 on the high E, back to 11 on the B string. Now we'll move this same shape up 2 frets. We'll play these 6 notes 4 times, 12 to 13 on the B, 12, 15, 12 on the high E, back to 13 on the B string. And here's the next phrase. These 6 notes will also be played 4 times, 13 to 15 on the B string, 13 on the high E, 17 pull off to 13 on the high E, followed by 15 on the B. So let's put those 4 shapes together. Here's the next part of the solo. So this starts off with a whole step bend from the 20th fret of the high E string. We'll do that 8 times before releasing the bend. Now 19 on the G string, followed by 17 B, 18 pull off to 17 on the B string. We'll do that 2 times, followed by 19 G, 17 B. The next phrase will be repeated 9 times. 7th fret of the G string. Now we're just going to hammer on and pull off 5, 6, 8, 6, 5 on the B. We'll do that 9 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Followed by 7 pulling off to 5 on the G string, 7 on the D, and then 5 to 7 on the G string. Now at this point, the vocals have re-entered the song, but there's a lot of cool soloing going on behind the vocals. So here's the next phrase. This is going to be 2 hits on the 12th fret of the D string, 10 on the G along with 10 on the B. Play that phrase 6 times. After doing that 6 times, play 10 G, 10 B, followed by 12 on the D string. Here's the next phrase. This starts off with a hammer-on 10 to 12 on the D string, followed by 2 more hits on the 12th fret, 10th fret of the D along with 10th fret of the G, back to 12 D 2 times. We've just done this. Now we repeat 10 on the G, 10 on the B, followed by 12 D 2 times. Play that again. Now we'll pull off 11 to 10 on the B string, followed by 2 hits on the 10th fret of the G string. Now we'll pull off 13 to 10 on the B string, followed by 2 hits on the 10th fret of the G. Now 10 on the high E, followed by 2 hits on the 10th fret of the B string. Now we'll pull off 12 to 10 on the high E, followed by 2 hits on the 10th fret of the B. Now pull off 13 to 10 on the high E, followed by 2 hits on the 10th fret of the B. So we've just done this phrase. Now we'll pull off 13, 12, 10 on the high E string, followed by 10 on the B. Pull off 13 to 10 on the B string. Now we'll bend up 2 full steps from the 13th fret of the B string, followed by a whole step bend from 13 on the B, and then we'll grab 10 on the high E, pull off 13, 10 on the B, repeat those 2 notes, 12 G, 10 B. Now we end this phrase, bend a whole step from 12 on the G, release the bend, pull off to 10, followed by 12 on the D. Okay, let's go back, put all that together. Okay, at this point, the band goes into a halftime feel, and here's the next phrase. Double stops, 10th fret of the G along with 10th fret of the B, followed by 12 on the D, 10, 12 on the D, followed by 10th fret of the G along with 10th fret of the B, back to 12 on the D. So we've just done this phrase. Continuing. Here we're going to play a half step bend from the 12th fret of the high E string, followed by 10, 11 on the B, hammer on and pull off 10, 11, 10, 12 G, 10 B, pull off 11, 10 on the B, 12 G, back to 10 on the B, pull off 12 to 10 on the G string, pull off 12 to 10 on the G, slide back to 9, back to 10 on the G, Stay on the G string, hammer on and pull off 9, 10, 9, 12, 10, 12 on the D, followed by 10, and we can slide off of that note on the D string. So here's that phrase we've just gone over from the half-step bend. And here's the final piece of the solo. So here we'll pull off 11, 10 on the B string, hammer on and pull off 9, 10, 9 on the G string, followed by 10 on the D, 8, 7, 8 on the D string, hammer on and pull off 7, 8, 7, 10 to 8 on the A string, half step bend from the 12th fret of the high E string, and then we're just going to scratch, followed by 5 on the A string. Okay, here I go. I'm going to try and play this all the way through. So I'll do this nice and slow. And there's the solo.